Yeah.
So, okay. So, just for my listeners out there, for those who don't know Sam, he's someone that I've been following since January of this year, 2021. He is a channeler and a very good, a very, very excellent channeler. And I've watched him grow as a channeler since those early times. I mean, 10 months ago. And he's grown substantially. And there's a reason for that. His information is amazing. And if you listen to his work, if you listen to his messages, they will help you. So a lot of people, including myself, enjoy listening to his sessions. This information that he provides are so important in these times that we need this information, we need this light, and we need to share this information. So that's the quick introduction to Sam. I know that he's a very interesting, very, very complex, but also a very pure individual. So I'm going to try to get the best questions that I can that I know a lot of us want to ask Sam. So I know, Sam, I watched a couple of your early videos and you got your start in street magic.
Yeah,
Do you still practice magic?
No, I don't do. I just left it, after the awakening happened,
Right.
and I could not do the be my old self. I just allowed the new self, and a new chapter began. In my life.
Yeah.
I believe it was needed for not only for me but maybe for other people. There are people who actually need the information, and I believe it helps people who are struggling spiritually, to find out information which is actually like not only like authentic but also the information which actually helps you spiritually. Because I also like whenever I started to awaken, I started to search for other materials, but you know but it's very difficult to find information which is actually channeled. Most people, they say it's channeled, but they don't. I don't think they are channeling it. Maybe they are writing it before or reading it or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to present the true channeling. Even though my name may be Sam the Illusionist. Most people may think I'm tricking them or something, but actually I'm not doing any thing here. I'm presenting you what I am getting. Okay, this is like 100% real message that I'm receiving during trance. I used to do hypnosis as well, because
Oh,
that's how it happened. Yeah, I
oh,
used to do magic and hypnosis. I have many videos of me hypnotizing other people on the streets. If you go
wow.
back to my, you'll find it there.
Okay.
I knew about the subconscious, the conscious, that thing. I knew it
Mm-hmm.
in the mind, and then it happened to me. And then since then I have changed a lot. My perspective changed on why I am here on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
It
I can't even imagine how fast your life must have changed for you.
Yeah,
No.
it has changed like drastically. Like not only my business, but also my what I do on a daily basis, and how I need to keep myself. The most important thing as a channeler I noticed is to be very careful of the type of moods and the type of emotions you entertain. Because if you are in this negative mood or negative frame of mind, like some people, they react to the outside world easily. They get angry and stuff. So I need to be very careful, because that would invite the negative energy to come close to me, and I don't want that. I just want the pure energy of the beings who are here to help people.
So
Okay.
how do you when you go have those moods? What is a way that you can work through that?
Yeah, what I do is sometimes because this is our life. We face situations which trigger you, and you automatically feel some emotion like fear. Sometimes many times you get fear, because fear, I believe, what we have this ability of projecting ourselves in the future, with our
Mm-hmm.
imagination art forms. So we normally, most people, they think the negative, okay, instead of the positive. So what I do is, normally I don't like, in one session, I had channeled Ra. Okay, it was back in the day, and it is still on my channel. In that session, Ra had said that we have three modalities, okay, of our reality. So one modality is our mind and our thought patterns, right? Our
Mm-hmm.
mind and the voice in our head. So that's one modality. Whereas the other modality is the imagination, okay, which is the creative aspect of the creator, as many a times, I have received messages regarding this, that imagination is a gift from the creator to exercise our power to influence the world, okay, influence this reality illusion complex, they say. So yeah, so that's one of the things they said. So the other one is our feelings. So we have three modalities, right? So what I do is during my daytime, okay, I normally, like, suppose I am waking up, and I am not I will focus my attention on my emotions, okay, I'll not allow these two modalities to work. So I will give my attention to my feelings. So what I do is just like just scan my body, and how I am feeling, my moods. So my focus is on that. So I'm focusing on one modality, okay. Now many a times, you get confused, and you start linking all the other modalities, like you get thought forms, and you get imagination also. So when you have these three modalities activated, then you get um, this feeling of uncontrollable and confusion happening in your mind. So the best way I found is to just focus on one modality. During the waking daytime, I focus on my feelings. So how I am feeling, am I feeling good? Sometimes you can try it yourself. It's not that hard.
So
Just
if you're not
practice.
feeling good, Sam, how do you work through that?
Oh yeah, what I do is, if something bad happens, right? If something bad happens and it triggers a bad feeling, so what I do is I just simply, take some time out, or I just close my eyes, and then I what I do is I imagine myself, in a situation where everything is working out fine. So I imagine myself, where I want to be instead of the negative. So I just close my eyes, and if the person said, something negative, I would just, hear it in a positive way. So
Mm.
I will take the emotion, and then I'll just forget about that. Okay. So yeah, that's what I do.
Wow. I actually really that resonate with that a lot. I hope everybody hears that and can and start practicing that, because I myself personally, with the solstice that just hit us, I
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
a ton of energy, a ton of emotion, a ton of mental, all those modalities were hitting me at once. I felt so overwhelmed. And so
Okay.
like I had to just, it took me a week to basically regain my awareness, regain my strength, my balance. So anybody that's going through this is normal. We're being sort of pressured into awakening, into revealing the things that are inside of us so that we can bring them to the surface. And Sam has brought some really amazing things that we can do to work through that. So please, that's great information. So for those that are new to Sam, Sam is a channeler. Can you describe just briefly what channeling is to you? What does channeling mean to you, Sam?
Yeah, I feel, what I do is I just act as an instrument or
Mm.
a, receiver of information. Okay. And whenever I'm in my session, I am in trance state, uh, I don't speak what is coming through me. So I don't know what they are speaking. Okay, like many a times I have to watch it myself, and sometimes the information is really like very complicated. Sometimes, like it has layers of meanings, and you listen to it, today, and then you listen to it tomorrow, you'll find something else. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on where you're at. And I have been noticing that the best thing to do for a channeler, okay, not only me as a channeler, but if there is someone who wants to maybe act as a channeler, the first thing we need to do is to uh, completely like just silence the mind. Just silence, there should not be any like thought forms. Now you can do this in either in meditation, or you can listen to hypnosis tape, like I listen to hypnosis tape or self hypnosis tape, and I relax myself, and I enter into that the void. There is nothing. Okay, it's completely empty. And then I tune in with the vibration of the entity I want to interact with, because there is a vibration for every single person. Even for you, you have a certain vibration. Even for me, I have a certain vibration. Your Even though we may remember each other by names, but our I believe our soul recognizes the vibration. And sometimes whenever you meet people, you see, okay, sometimes the vibration may not be good, and you're like, oh, the vibration is not good. You will feel it. Okay, I hope many of you have experienced this. And if and whenever you meet someone, like you really resonate with, it's happening because your soul is vibrating at the same level, at the same level as the person. And that's why, I've also noticed is that, when you do this work, okay, when you are meditating and when you are channeling, and when you listen to, even listening to channeling messages, helps a lot. I listen to my, I am my own biggest fan, in a way, because yeah, it may sound crazy,
Awesome.
but every single time I meditate, I listen to my own sessions. And the reason why is because, I don't I'm not saying that, you should only listen to me, but you have to use your discernment. So
Hmm.
I find it, very hard to find information which I resonate with, which
Hmm.
is actually helpful for the soul, and helpful for your own self. And I genuinely, like, trust my own self. That's what I'm saying. And I think all of you should, trust your own self. You should not trust me, okay? Like, you should not trust anyone outside yourself. Just, you have to trust your own inner heart, and you will find out, if it resonates with you or not. That's all I can tell you.
That's a beautiful thing. And that's what we have to learn to trust in ourselves. And I think we're relearning that because we've put so much trust in the past of out there. Tell me who to be, tell me who I should be, tell me what success is. But instead of listening to what our heart is telling us, what our soul is telling us. So beautiful information there. We need to go within. So how does can I ask if, how does your family react to you being a channeler? I'm sure that's very different out there for culture. Has it been okay? Has it been smooth, accepted?
In the beginning, my mother was really, like, freaked out, uh, be-
I can
because this,
imagine.
uh, even even sometimes, um, when I'm listening to my own message, I'm like, who is speaking? Like, you can hear the difference in the energy. Okay, like
Mm.
me explaining, then the session starts. I can feel it myself. Like, this is something else. Something else is speaking through me, right? So I freak out sometimes. So just imagine, my mother, what she thought. So she was freaked out,
That's awesome,
but
Sam.
fine.
But she's got
Yeah.
used to it and she's seen that you are growing successful in this. And does she see that you're helping a lot of people?
Yeah, right now,
Mhm.
I believe some of my mother's friends, they started to recognize that, I was doing this, and they also said, like, it may be different, but it's actually helping out a lot of people. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, I mean, we have to be open-minded, because otherwise, if we are not open-minded, then of course, like, we will remain the same. That's not what we want, and we have to be really open-minded.
The patterns will
To try.
repeat unless we. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I find that with the spiritual path, we're going to be challenged with families and friends because our vibrations will change. And so,
yes,
we have to communicate as best as we can, but realize too, I think that sometimes there's going to be a vibrational mismatch, meaning that you're no longer going to may not be friends with someone that you have in the past. And that's nothing personal. It's just a vibrational thing. And so for
exactly.
those that are worried about losing friends, you're going to gain new ones where those ones were lost, but they're not really lost. Would you agree with that, Sam?
That is so true, because I have, throughout my journey of channeling, it's been almost 1 year and 2 months since I have done this. I'm just started. There are many other with 30 years of experience and stuff, but I'm just starting. And yeah, what I've learned is, everything is depending on your vibration. So even the situations, you meet, if you have a certain type of vibration, you will not meet the other type of situations. Okay, you will. It's, I don't know, it's like, I believe it's the law of the universe. This is how it works. So it
Mhm.
depends on your vibration. So we are talking today because, our vibration matches. Okay, this is what I'm saying. If our vibration had not matched, something will come in the way. Something will just, like, it will not, like, work. It will just be disattaching. Yeah.
It's just it's I liken it to like a magnet. So we
Exactly.
magnetize ourselves and attract that which we magnetize. That's a way I kind of think about it. So for those that are thinking things or feeling things, you can think of that as if you hold on to those, you're magnetizing yourself to that vibration. So it's important to work through these emotions, like Sam was saying earlier, so that we are our best and that we attract the best things for us. If we are in those deep seated fears for too long, well, we're going to start attracting those things that are vibrationally matched. You would agree with that, Sam?
That is so true, because I have noticed this myself, and nowadays, because I believe, I think it's you can do it too, whenever you are, doing this spiritual work, you are developing yourself. You become very conscious of other people's energy also, and just by looking at someone, suppose a person comes into your room, you can just look at the person, and you can just you will just figure it out. Okay, if the person is having a hard time with its life, there will be a different vibration, the energy, the color, the pallor of the face, and the actions, it will be different, and a person who is spiritually like little bit like mature, or who has learned about spiritual things, that will be different. And I have noticed this a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why everyone, it's important to what Sam is saying. If you're feeling things, scan your body. Are you feeling any sort of heavy energy? Process that, let it flow through you, and use your imagination modality to create a better reality for you. So, this is very powerful tools. So I want to say something very interesting here. So soul swapping. Now, we
Yeah.
have a connection here. I feel
Oh, yeah.
so. Before we get into the subject, can you just briefly describe what soul swapping is?
From what I have channeled, I know this, that sometimes whenever there are beings on our planet, they may be facing tough situations, okay, and they may not be able to cope up with the catalyst, and they may be thinking of giving up their life. So the soul kind of method, which will the guardians of our planet, the Galactic Federation and the Guardians, they allow higher density being. Okay, so for example, being from the fourth density or the fifth density or even the sixth to come into that body, okay, which is struggling, and that soul will, like swap itself with its higher self's permission. So the soul, which will swap itself, will remain on the astral planes. Okay, it will just stay there until and unless the new soul, which comes in, and this soul will be like heavily advanced. So it will solve the problem, in just like it will just solve it. Like it's that simple for the highly advanced souls. And
Yeah.
then these souls, they also have certain things to do, like for my own let me tell you my own case. I have channeled, and they said, like went through a soul swap. So my previous soul was interested in that the other reality of the 3D things, like going out to party,
Mhm.
pick up girls. I used to do that. I remember this. Okay, trying to pick up girls and all this kind of stuff,
Using
doing magic.
hypnosis, Sam?
Yeah.
Using hypnosis to pick up girls?
I used to try that, before, and it used to work. Okay, it used to work sometimes, and then now I have changed. So I have no interest in that. So I don't. I mean, I don't have any like interest in that, because I don't know what happened. Maybe this soul wants to just be a channeler. The energy is different. That's what I'm saying. The energy, my interest in everything changed. My interest in whatever I watch, it changed completely. And the funny thing is, like you said, I lost, I believe, 99% of my old friends.
Wow.
So I have new friends, like you said, new friends,
Right.
who have like who are like learning this kind of stuff,
Mhm.
spiritual stuff. But the old friends, who used to party, who used to go out, who
Mhm.
are involved in the 3D reality. Okay, because of my misalignment of my vibration, I am left out. So yeah, that happened.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with, whatever path you choose. For those that are out there doing those 3D things, that's a part of your path. There's nothing wrong with that. All roads do lead home. I did watch that your video on what your soul path was. It was very interesting. I think you were an Asian, and you had, it was 500 years ago. You lived a few lives. Did you find out your new soul's path? Did you inquire about that?
Yeah, I have to channel for my new soul, because I need to find out like from where, and which dimension and stuff like that.
I
I
think a
believe
lot
that.
of us would be interested to hear, Sam, where your new soul's from.
exactly. I'm trying to, like find a schedule to do that, and
Okay.
I'll upload it in the future in my
Awesome.
channel.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you know, and the connection I was saying earlier about this subject is that I've always felt that I came on this planet not as a baby, but I think around 3 or 4 years old, because I have a memory literally of flying through like space basically and seeing Earth, and then knowing where I was going to be, like raised as a 4 or 5 year old. So I felt a very, I didn't feel a connection to it as a baby, and I was very ill as a baby, very allergic to this world. Every food I ate, everything I put in my body was just allergic to me. Like it just caused a horrible reaction. So I do feel I was soul swapped. I don't know that yet. Sam's a very interesting guy. He actually does channeling for people. He did that for me. I don't know if you remember doing that for me,
Oh,
but you did. And so I had inquired about my soul and where I had come. And, you know, you don't want to reveal too much stuff, you know, if you don't feel, but from what Sam had provided me in that session, my soul came here to, from, I was here previously in the Atlantis life, which was confirmed by Sam. So I lived a life in Atlantis prior to the destruction, um,
wow.
more in the long lines of the golden age. So I didn't see it fall. Now, apparently I feel I've came back to regain this fourth and fifth density, a consciousness. That's basically when we say that, that's kind of living from the heart, knowing that everything is one, knowing that we're all built from the one creator. And that's a beautiful thing. That's something, if when I discovered that, it brought peace to me in a world that was full of anxiety, that caused me fear, that caused me illness. I just, you know, knowing that brought me peace. Do you feel the same, Sam? Like knowing that this law of one is, you know, uh, behind us all? Do you find peace in that?
Yeah, I find it very during the troubling times, I found it very like helpful, because I felt like I was one with everything, and I was here to just learn to become a creator. So I look at a challenge, and I try to act as a creator. Like I ask myself, what would the creator who made the universe do in this situation, right? So yeah, that's how I normally like enter into my imagination while I'm doing my like that thing of choosing the timeline, which is also like a very interesting
Great.
aspect. And yeah, so I believe it's very, very like unifying to
It
understand
is.
that.
And that's the thing, is that's what healing is. Healing is bringing together the pieces that we think are missing, but they're actually still there. We just have to know that they're there and know that we're already one. So for those that are going through painful things, you know, find comfort that we've all been there. We've all had our troubling times. We've all had to go through our stuff, and we can do this together through messages and information that Sam provides, that other healers provide. Um, this is the time of ascension. And the reason why I brought up the Atlantis thing is because I do believe history repeats itself, whether you're an individual or you're a collective. So I believe we're repeating a collective history in Atlantis as a collective. We're going down, you either choose technology or you choose spirit technology. And so I don't know
Exactly.
what you feel about that, Sam. Do you resonate with that?
Yeah, I definitely resonate because I have done channeling for many people. Okay, like, and I have found what you said to be very true. Some of them, they were incarnated in the times of Atlantis, and they had faced the choice of either choosing the spiritual side or the technological side. Now technology, even in our modern society, you can see the red flags coming out, right? Like the thing with metaverse, and what they're trying to do is entrap us, completely, trying to like take full control. This is what they're trying to do. The negative entities, what they try to do is take your control. So in essence, that's what they're trying to do, to take your control. Okay, and you can see even in media, like we cannot talk about certain things. I cannot post about certain things on my YouTube channel. I had 37 of my videos deleted. That happens. Why is this happening? Because they want to control you. They want to control what you do, what you share and what you speak. And now it's becoming too negatively oriented, because there is no free will. And where there is no free will, how can an individual express his or her opinion? because that is required to fully. Yeah.
That's a beautiful statement. How can you express your true self with fear? You have to work through that. Yeah. So
Exactly.
the time of now is ascension. This is kind of the key word, the golden age, right? I guess we're being bombarded with light energies from our galactic core, from various dimensions to help crystallize our bodies into the next evolution that's in our design. So we're going to feel uncomfortable. We're going to have to work through these uncomfortable feelings, these thoughts, and just please remember that whatever you choose, all roads will lead home. This is important, that this message is, there's no fear in this message. Everything that we say is to enlighten you, to support you, and so there's nothing fear based about it. If you do choose the 3D path, you're still a part of the one. You're still a part of the creator. You are going to be home. So there's no fear in that. But if you're tired of being fearful, if you're tired of being in pain and suffering, this is the information that is going to help you the most, in my opinion. I've tried a lot of different things to help heal, and the spiritual has always been the one for me. So in regards to channeling, Sam, is there anyone that you enjoy channeling the most? Metatron, Michael, Ra? And do you
Yeah,
find an easier connection with some of them?
yeah. I actually like to channel the Pleidians.
Mm. Do you feel
Yeah,
that
because
maybe you have a connection with the Pleiadians, perhaps your soul?
yeah, they said soul in my first density. So I started in
Mm.
the star system. So maybe because of that, I just love their energy. Okay, like they have a different type of energy which suits me, and I love their message. Their messages are also wonderful.
Yeah, they definitely are. Now, I would talk about dreams very quickly. Have your dreams changed over the past year? I can imagine how your dreams are these days, Sam. Anything interesting? Any crazy dreams or interesting dreams that you have now since your awakening?
Yeah, many times, these beings, who I channel, sometimes, they try to communicate in the form of dreams. And I believe, this is the same with you and with many other people who are awake. This is how they communicate with us. They try to communicate through dreams and symbolism. And many times, you can feel, like they are sending you a message through the dream state. Like, they will show you something. Okay, like they will show you an area, or they will show you something regarding your questions you had in your mind, or whatever, it may be an answer you needed, or a suggestion for certain things to help you out. Yeah, so they definitely contact via dreams. And yeah, it's I mean, sometimes, like there are like two types of dreams. Sometimes it's the dreams, what you see is what has been programmed into your mind, like whatever you do on a daily basis, it comes out through the subconscious. And that's one type of dream. The other type of dream is where you're not in your body, you're like astral traveling to a different universe, and you're in a different planet, you're interacting with them. So yeah, that happens a lot.
So pay attention to your dreams, everyone. They have messages for us. I recommend having a pen or paper by your bed. So as soon as you wake up, write down your dreams, because they are very fleeting. They can get away from you real quick. And you may come across that information a day or a week later, and there may be information that is important for you to read. So pay attention to your dreams. A couple more questions, Sam. I know that we're in our hour. When you're not channeling, what are you doing? What are you up to?
Yeah, I actually work you know I work as a translator. Meaning I here we don't speak in English, so we speak in our local language. So I work as a translator. I translate from local language to English. So this is also the reason why my English is actually like not that good, but just good enough.
It's good. It's very good, Sam.
Thank you.
Okay, you work as a translator. Very cool. So you're not a full-time channeler yet.
Not yet.
That's going to be, so what is in store for Sam in 2022? What do you have planned?
I just like to go with the flow. Because
Mm.
sometimes you get some opportunities, which will be even better for you and for humanity and for the whole collective. So yeah, sometimes this happened to me by accident. So I don't like, normally plan out things, because sometimes, the things, that that is good for you, they come into your life like boom, right? You are just like, how did this come about, right? You're thinking to yourself, and you have not planned, about this. I had never thought about being a channeler, if you ask me. I never knew what channeling was, prior to 1 year before this happened. So I don't know,
It's
this
a part of the
is,
magic, isn't it?
it's part, yeah, it's part of our soul's, magic, and soul's way of showing you what you need to do.
We
So
just have
yeah,
to get out of the
it's,
way.
yeah, I just, like, completely trust trust my inner being, because the inner being gave me this incarnation. And also, the we are the creators, right? We all know. And of course, whom should I trust? Should I trust my mind, or should I trust the creator? Of course, I will trust the creator, because the creator made the universe. So I, normally what I do is I don't like allow my, mind, that chattering mind to come in. So I practice, my focusing my attention. There was one exercise, which Metatron gave, which is really wonderful. Like taking your attention from the bottom of your feet, sliding it. Yeah, I think you know about that. And I just do it like, over and over again. Even while awake. Even right now, I'm trying to do the same thing. So that gets me out of my own way. That gets me, to trust the creator. And the creator is so powerful. He or she, or it made everything. So my mind, cannot do it. So I just let go, and I trust the creator to bring what comes forth. So
So
that's what I do.
beautiful. So beautiful. And what Sam was quickly saying there was he's putting his attention in his body, either in his finger or in his foot, a place where you can find a connection. And that helps anchor you into the moment so that you could be more aware of your emotions and consciousness. It's something that I've been practicing for many years as well. I'm sitting here doing that as well. So I find that very interesting. Okay, so just for those that are interested in Sam's work, you can find Sam on YouTube. You can Google Sam the Illusionist, and he's on Patreon as well. So I'll share those links in the description. Is there any final words that you want to share with the audience, Sam, during these times?
Yeah, since the last couple of messages I had received, they have said that we have this soul clothes, okay, or soul garments, which are composed of our, energy centers up to the, heart energy center from the lower. So we need to be very conscious of the type of energy we are having in this area. So just, like, during a daytime, you just focus your attention on this, and make sure, you are not like constricted, because if you are constricted over here, you'll feel really like uncomfortable, and your whole body will just, like, feel out of balance. Okay, so what they have said is to just let go, and remember, the emotions which you are holding over here in these chakras, because whatever you hold in these chakras are your soul's clothes. So they will determine what you will interact in the future. It's like your, vibrational center. So yeah, that's what I would like to, tell people. And it's very important right now, because they have said that there are some light codes, which I believe they are coming in now. And people, we need to be at the higher vibration. We need to let go of all those negative emotions like fear, anger, greed, all of those emotions like hatred and stuff, which is common. Just let go and stay in the higher vibration, and you make the choice to stay in the higher vibration. That's all I want to tell people.
Wise words. Thank you so much, Sam. I know you're a very busy guy. You have multiple jobs. I just want to thank you on behalf of everybody that tunes into you on YouTube and Patreon. We love you and we appreciate you. You're such a powerful light in this world, and we look forward to being with you on your journey. And we're all together in this. So I just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, Greg, I also want to say thank you, because without people like you, like doing interviews and stuff, it will like not reach out to more people. And this way, it will reach out to people who need it. Even if we were to help one person, that's really wonderful, right? So yeah, thank you so much, for inviting me today, and it's wonderful, to connect.
It really
It's
is.
amazing.
You're a wonderful being. I'm very thankful and honored to have get to know you, and I look forward to getting to know you a little further. Hopefully, we can stay in touch.
Yeah, we can. It's awesome. We can stay in touch. Yeah.
Awesome, Sam. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Greg, have a wonderful day over there.
And as you always say, in the light and the love of the one infinite creator.
Oh yeah, we leave you in love light of one creator.
I love
Yeah.
it. Take care,
Yeah.
Sam. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Thank you, Greg.
Bye, Sam.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Yeah, bye bye.